But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to be here. I was gone last Monday. But yeah, let's get started. 45-minute burn class goes by very quickly. We'll go right up until the end. And as always, I give you full permission to take everything I say as optional. So if you need to or want to modify things today, take a break, towel off, grab water, empower yourself to make those decisions that actually support you today. Yogis, let's start in extended child's pose. Big toes to touch towards the back of the mat. You're opening up your knees wide, any amount that feels good. And then extend your arms long in front of you. Reach out. I will have that chat box open through the duration of class. So if at any point it is hard to hear me or the music is interfering, I'll be coming by towards my computer to check it out. But just start to ground down in your space now. Weekend is over. Release any distractive thoughts about where you'll be heading for the next 45 minutes. I always say push yourself and pace yourself. It's a quick class, it goes by relatively fast, but working out smart is just as important as working out hard. So if you want to make modifications or customize any of these workouts, know that you can definitely do so as well. Yogis, your breath is your most powerful tool, and the only thing you're required to do for the next 45 minutes, or I guess ever, is breathe. But let's do one united breath together here. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Take a full inhale, fill up with air. And then open mouth exhale, let it out. So the open mouth exhale is what we use for class here today. It helps release the heat that we build in our bodies. If at any point you do feel a little overheated, work on keeping your head above your heart. Take a break and then rejoin whenever you are ready. Yogis, on your next inhale, slowly shift forward to a tabletop position. If you are following along in the playlist that I shared, I'll be starting it on my end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, beautiful. So tabletop position, shoulders are over your wrists, hips over your knees. Find some slow organic movement. Maybe you've been on the computer a lot. You want to take a forearm stretch. So reverse your palms and sway forward and back. Or maybe take some barrel rolls with the midline of your body. Just really start to wake up your spine. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow together so you can come back to that neutral tabletop. Inhale for cow pose. Really squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, cat pose rather. Push your mat away, create space between the two shoulder blades. Inhale, cow pose, fill up with air, tilt that tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale, cat pose, tuck your tailbone, gaze between your knees. One more just like that. Inhale, cow pose, let your ribs and heart expand. Then exhale, cat pose, chin towards chest, really carve it out. Yogis, slowly come back to a neutral tabletop position. Inhale, tuck your toes under. And exhale, downward facing dog. So send your hips high. Adjust it any way that might feel right, but then start to walk your dog out. So really pedal your feet, get some deep bends in each knee side to side. Maybe you start looking under each armpit or rocking weight forward and back to warm up your shoulders. Feel a deep stretch in the back line of your body, so your low back, your hamstrings, your calves. And then down dog, slowly start to find some stillness. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. So step or walk behind your wrists. You can always widen your stance or bend your knees any amount. Just let your torso hang heavy. Maybe grab opposite elbows with opposite hands. Play around with rocking your weight from side to side or forward and back. Start to notice where you're holding on to your tension, where you really might feel a little sore. Unclench your jaw, soften the muscles in your face. Yogis, if you took an arm variation, you can swap out your grip here, equal balance and energy on the other side of your body. Shake your head yes and no, and then yes again. If you want to take a little chest expansion, you can release your hands and bring them towards the back, your low back. And then ragdolls, start to gently find some stillness. Release your palms down towards the mat. Toe heel those feet together. Bend your knees and then come on down to your mat. We're starting on our stomachs for some back and spine strengthening. So meet me on your stomach. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Elbows are wide out of your vision. We're starting with some lifts and then leg lifts to add on as well. So whenever you're ready, you can find the beat and meet up. Remember to breathe. You'll exhale as you lift. It's a lift for 2, and then you'll kick each leg up to the beat. A lift for 2, and a kick, and a kick. So yogis, as we peel our heart off of the mat, you squeeze those low back muscles to help lift. As you kick your legs up, you'll squeeze your glutes to help lift. Flexor pointed is fine, but again, commit to 1. You're here for 8, 7, just 6, and 5. In 4, 3, make them Supermans in 2, and 1, Superman. So you'll pull down, almost like a lat pull down if you're on a machine. Option to keep your legs on the mat or bring them as you lift up. Work on squeezing those shoulder blades together to help lift your heart. Gaze is slightly in front of you to be kind to your neck. Find this integrity in your form. You should be feeling this in your low back. Remember to breathe. You'll exhale as you lift. You're here for 4, 3, swimmers in 2, and 1, swim it out. You'll reach and kick. Again, you're lengthening your spine here. No holding your breath. Find that length for 8, 7, 6, 5. Back to the start in 4, 3, in 2. Those reverse crunches in 1. So meet me here. You'll lift for 2 and kick each side. Yogis, find a cadence that works for you. It can be faster or slower. Find something that matches your breath work here. For 4, just 3, in 2, Supermans, in 1, last set. You'll lift and lift, or you can make a slower count. Remember to breathe. Y'all got it. Strong back, squeeze those elbows together as you pull. Just 4, 3, swim it out in 2, and 1, swim and reach till the end. Yes, you can, because you can. Just breathe. You're here for 4, 3, in 2, take a break in 1. Beautiful job. Release everything down. Maybe take a child's pose if that feels good. Grab water, towel off, and then meet me on your backs on your mats. We're doing a quick core series, but it's belly up core, starting with basic crunches. Again, fingertips are behind your head. Unclench your jaw, chin is off your chest, basic crunches. A lift and lower, lift and lower. So find a cadence that works for you. Maybe you're listening to a different beat. It feels better to go to that. Just remember to breathe. We're using our muscle rather than momentum. So rather than throwing our weight to lift us, your upper abs are bringing your shoulder blades off the mat. Be kind to your neck. Y'all got it. Just here for 4, 3, you'll pulse it up in 2, and 1, little pulses up. It's small and controlled. Lengthen through the crown of your head rather than crunching forward. Just for 4, 3, hold it high. In 2, it's just a hold. In 1, keep it lifted. For 4, 3, ankle biters. In 2, stay lifted. In 1, side to side, you'll bring it right and left. Just reach and reach. Reach towards the pinky toes of your feet. Yogis, as you come to each side, work on lifting that chest as well. Maybe instead of your ankles, you're reaching towards your toes. Just here for 4, 3, legs up the wall. In 2, reverse crunches. In 1, yogis, come, bring your legs up the wall. Point or flex your feet. Head can be on the mat. Reverse crunches this way, you'll lift your hips up. So it's a lift and lower, lift and lower. Stamp those feet on the ceiling with control. Everything with your legs should be with control. Option to do lower leg lifts if this hurts your back or your spine. Just for 4, 3, lower leg lifts in 2, and 1, so find some stillness. You lower for 3, 2, 1, and we'll lift 3, 2, 1. Yogis, continue to do this. As you lower, press your low back into the mat. No holding your breath. Remember to breathe. Option to find any sort of depth that works for you. The lower you bring your heels towards the mat, the more you might feel your lower abs work. Find control in this cadence. Just here for 4, 3, bicycle twists, in 2, yes you can, in 1. So meet me here. You'll bring it right, center, and left, center. You exhale as you twist. Yogis, bring your elbow more towards your knee rather than your knee to your elbow. You're lifting to reach each side. Option for just your arms or just your legs. Unclench your jaw. Exhale as you twist. Use your breath to help turn you. Just here for 4, 3, pulse to the right, in 2, and 1, pulse it right, just for 4, 3, pulse it left, in 2, finish it strong, in 1, pulse it left. You're here for 4, 3, take a long body stretch, in 2, and 1, beautiful job, good commitment. Yes, Monday, firing up our core, hopefully building some heat in your body. Yogis, we're gonna give our core a little bit of a break with some leg stuff. So whenever you're ready, meet me in a standing sumo squat. Sumo squat, almost like maybe a plie or something. 45-degree angle with your toes. It's wide, right? You're pushing your knees to the pinky toes of your feet. You can always widen your stance. Keep your heart lifted. It's a 2 count. So you lower for 2 and lift for 2. It's lower and lift. So yogis, we go slow to find the control. Stack joints are strongest joints, so work on keeping those shoulders over your hips. For 4, 3, pulse it low, in 2, and 1, sit it low, and pulse. Pulse. So yogis, this is the time to refine. Push your knees to the pinky toes of your feet. Engage your core to protect that sway in your low back. Maybe even tuck your pelvis a little more forward. You got this. For 4, 3, right knee in 2, you'll swap sides, in 1, it looks like this, you'll bring it right, center, and left, center. Yogis, if you need to shorten your stance, definitely feel free to do so. This is a big quad burner. These will burn out your legs. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like, but equal attention on each side of your body. One leg will be stronger, that's just how it is, but find that balance on each side. Beautiful. Yes, you got it. Get it Monday. Just here for 4, 3, back to the top, in 2, sumo squats, in 1, so meet me here. It's a down for 2 and lift for 2. You lower and lift. Yogis, try to make these look just as good as your first ones. Find that integrity. Slow it down if you need to. Use your breath. Open mouth exhales. Release that heat. Everyone looks gorgeous. You got it. You're there for 4, 3, pulse it low, in 2, and 1, hold it low, and pulse, and pulse. Yogis, your hamstrings look amazing like this. Open up your hips. Just for 4, 3, hold it low, in 2, and 1, just to hold. For 4, 3, lift your right heel, in 2, continue to pulse. In 1, yes you can. It's a pulse, pulse. Yes, recommit to stacking those joints rather than hinging forward. Just 4, 3, swap sides, in 2, left heel lifts, in 1, swap sides, and pulse, pulse. As small as you want, find that control. You got it. Just 4, 3, pulse it low, in 2, heels down, in 1, pulse it low. For 4, 3, right knee in 2, you'll swap those knees, in 1, last time you'll bring it right, center, left, center, or side to side. You got it. You're there for 8, 7, and 5. Just 4, 3, hold it low, in 2, sumo squat, in 1, hold it low. For 4, 3, heel taps, in 2, and 1, heel taps. You pound them down and down. Find control. Beautiful, y'all got it. Just here for 8, 7, 6, and 5. You're done in 4. You're done in 3. Shake it out in 2, and 1. Shake it out. Toe heel your feet together. Take any movements that might feel right for your legs today. We are giving our legs a little bit of a break, doing some biceps, triceps, a little bit of a back. So grab whatever weights, if you have weights, meet me in basic bicep curl. All right, palms face up. Elbows are in. You'll exhale as you lift. You can do this with no weights. It's totally valid here. It's a lift and low, lift and low. And you exhale as you lift. Always option with arm workouts, or any workouts really. You can do side to side. Maybe one arm at a time feels better. Maybe you can focus and concentrate on the muscle. Straight, strong wrists rather than curving your wrists. This is for your biceps. You'll exhale as you lift. For 4, 3, pulse it halfway in 2, and 1, just pulse it halfway just for 4. 3, you'll pulse it out in 2, and 1 with control just for 4. 3, hammer curls in 2, palms face in 1, bring them face each other. You'll lift and lower, lift and lower, and you'll exhale as you lift. Yogis, muscle, not momentum here. We're not swinging. We're controlling as we lower. You can always go slower than the beat. Find something that works for you. 4, 3, pulse it halfway in 2, and 1, so pulse it here just for 4. 3, you'll pulse it out in 2, and 1, pulse it out for 4. 3, narrow row in 2 with a tricep kickback in 1, so meet me here, yogis, standing squats. Engage your core to protect your low back. Join up whenever you're ready, but a narrow row you pull, and then your tricep kickback, you'll lift. Any cadence works, one side at a time works, no weights works. Engage your core as you lift your narrow row. It's for your back. Your triceps, your elbows are lifted higher than your hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Be in control even as you lower the weight. That's almost more important than the lift. That's easy. You got it. For 4, 3, pulse your tricep, kick back 2, and 1. So keep it lifted. You'll pulse it up and up, as big or as small as you want, but actively squeeze those triceps. Engage your core. For 4, 3, pulse it in 2, and 1, pulse it in for 4. For 3, palms face up. In 2, you'll pulse it up. In 1, it's short, I promise. For 4, 3, wide arm bicep curls in 2, and 1, so meet me here. It's lift and lower, almost like a 45-degree angle. Again, find that integrity in your form. Straight, strong wrists. Maybe your range of motion looks different here. One side will feel stronger. Commit to being in control, especially as you lower. You'll exhale as you lift. We're almost done. You got this. For 4, 3, pulse it halfway in 2, and 1. Just for 4. 3, you'll pulse it out in 2, and 1. Pulse it up with control. So good. You're here for 8, 7, 6, just 5. You're done in 4. You're done in 3. Drop your weights in 2, and 1. You're done. Beautiful control, yogis. Lightly drop your weights down. There are leaves in here. All right, I was wondering what that was. We're moving on to some leg stuff, a split leg series. We're working on a little bit of balance. We'll be standing on one leg later. Starting with our curtsy lunges with a tap. So bring your left foot in front. We'll start with that way, knees behind each other. It's lower and tap, a lower and tap. Yogis, if you want to stay in your curtsy lunge and focus on that, you can. The beautiful thing about this is everyone looks different. Everyone feels different. You can customize your workout. It's not for anyone else but you. Just here for 4. 3, you'll pulse it low in 2, and 1, curtsy lunge for 4. 3, stand on that left foot in 2. We'll do a lateral leg lift. In 1, it looks like this. It's lift and lower, lift and lower. Yogis, if you have really long legs, you might want to tap your foot at the bottom, but little to no weight in that foot. You're standing on that strong left leg. You can micro bend that knee if that supports you. We're almost done. Just 4, 3, forward and back, in 2, and 1. Bring that leg forward and back. You lift, center, and back. Center. Yogis, if you want to make a bend in the middle, you can. Use your glute to help lift your heel as it comes back. Engage your core to reduce the sway rather than moving forward. For 4, 3, you'll pulse it back. In 2, it's short, I promise. And 1, keep it lifted back. For 4, for 3, curtsy lunge. In 2, on the other side. In 1, light leg in front. You lower and tap, a lower and tap. Yogis, again, you can make this look the same or different as the other side. Each side of your body looks different. Really be aware of what you're feeling. That awareness is just as important. You're here for 4, 3, you'll pulse it low. In 2, curtsy lunge. In 1, pulse it low. For 4, for 3, come to stand on your right leg. In 2, lateral lifts. And 1, so meet me here. You'll lift and lower. Yogis, starting with our left leg in front, most people's right leg are a little stronger. So ending on the right leg can actually help your endurance. Use your breath. Release that heat. You got it. Almost done. Just here for 4, 3, forward and back. In 2, use your balance. In 1, forward and back. You bring it forward, center, and back. Center, you can kick forward and bring it back. Yogis, find something that works for you. Engage your core to help your balance. Use your breath. Y'all got it here. Just for 4, 3, you'll pulse it back. In 2, and 1, keep it lifted. For 4, 3, shake it out. In 2, and 1. Thanks for sticking it out with me, y'all. All right, grab water, towel off. We are not using weights for the next few workouts, so make sure nothing is on your space. We're moving into that series of lunges with the, we're gonna launch off into an airplane. Whenever you're ready, meet me in your lunge, left leg front. You lower, lift, launch, and land. Lower, lift, launch, and land. Lower, and launch. You can make it smoother if you'd like, pushing off that back foot. Maybe you add a hop, maybe not. I cannot do that. But we're not here much longer. Yogis, just 4, 3, stay in your lunge. In 2, you'll pulse it low. Find your lunge. It's pulse. Pulse, yogis, your lunge. Your feet are in 2 separate lanes. Be kind to your knees. You can lengthen your stance. Stack that front knee over your front ankle. Your shoulders are over your hips. Use your breath. You're here for 4, 3, make them Heismans. In 2, and 1, Heismans, you'll bring it forward, forward. Then lightly on your toes, softly on the back side. Beautiful, use your breath to bring that knee in. Use your core, find your balance. You've got this. You're here for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Just 4, 3, shake it out. In 2, really short break. In 1, shake it out. Get some blood flow in that leg. Set up your lunge for the other side. Your feet are hip width distance apart or wider. It's a lower, lift, launch, and land. Maybe you make it slow until you feel confident in your standing and balance. Yogis, work on stacking your joints. Shoulders over hips, back heel over back toes. Y'all are beasts, you got it. So good, so strong. You're here for 4, 3, stay in your lunge. In 2, you'll pulse it low. In 1, find your lunge. It's pulse, pulse. As big or as small as you want, but find that control. Use your breath. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Make them Heismans. In 4, 3, you'll lean forward. In 2, and 1. Heismans, you'll bring it in. Light step back. Give this side just as much energy as the other side. Yogis, launch off your back toes. Use your breath. Use your core. So good, so strong. You're there for 8, just 7, 6, and 5. You're done in 4, in 3, in 2. Shake it out in 1. Beautiful job. Yogis, catch your breath. Grab water, towel off. We are moving into that cardio series. I am such a sweaty person, you guys. Just like sliding all over my mat. All right. Cardio has not changed. I haven't found a good enough song to substitute this one. It is a boxing sequence. It's a little over 4 minutes. Push yourself, pace yourself. You can always make any of these a step touch or a side to side. My only rule is you keep moving in some fashion and you keep your head above your heart. Make sure there's nothing around you to trip on or twist your ankle. If it feels good for your breath and your ankles, you can meet me in your jump rope side to side. Yogis, I'll demo the boxing sequence really quick. Let's start with our left side first. Switch it up a little bit. It's gonna be a jab, a cross, and a duck. Yogis, a jab is quick. It's exactly like it sounds like. A cross, you're crossing the midline of your body. I want you to pivot on that back foot. That's where your power comes from, your hips. And when you duck, it's almost like that sumo squat, right? A little lower than our shoulders. We'll get both sides. We'll add on some cardio as we go. Whenever you're ready, start to pivot. Bring your left foot forward. Protect your face. Bring your hands up by your chin. Are you ready? Here we go. It's jab, cross, duck. Jab, cross, duck. Turn it a little higher. You got it. It's jab, cross, duck. Yes, jab. Bring it back to your face. Bring it back to your chin. Maybe tuck your face. You're there for 8, 7, 6. Get low. Dig deep. Yes. Just there for 4, 3. Jumping jacks. In 2 to the side. In 1. Jumping jacks. Bring it out and out. Yogis, engage your arms. They're not just flailing. Option to make it a step touch, or maybe for added intensity, crossing those feet in the middle. But land lightly on your toes. Be kind to your ankles. You're there for 4, 3. Face the front. In 2, butt kickers. In 1, to the front. You'll bring it up, up, up. Bring your heels to your glutes. These are butt kickers. Like you're running, rock your weight forward. Knees are in line with your chest. Just for 4, 3. Jumping jacks. In 2, to the other side. In 1, bring it home. It's open and open, or step and step. Engage your core, use your breath. Open mouth exhales. For 4, 3. Jump your rope. In 2, face it forward. In 1, catch your breath. Slow it down. You are over halfway done, but we got to get that other side of your body. This is your right side, maybe your stronger side. Again, it's the same sequence. It's that jab, cross, and duck. It's quite quick. You do not need to go that fast. This is just as much a mental challenge as it is a physical challenge. Meet me right foot forward. Here we go. It's jab, cross, duck. Jab, cross, duck. Get low. Dig deep. Yes. Get it. Yes. Use your breath. Exhale on your cross. Use your punching power. Bring it back to your face. You're there for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Just 4. Just 3. Jab, jacks. In 2, jumping jacks with the jab. In 1, to the side. It's a jack and jab, jack and jab. Beautiful. We're almost done. Catch your breath. Open mouth exhales. Land lightly on your toes. You got it. You're here for 4, 3. Speed bags. In 2, to the front. In 1, speed bags. It's a turn and turn either forward or back, but pick a direction and make it quick. Use your biceps. Make it bigger or smaller, but faster, faster. For 4, 3. Other direction. In 2, and 1. So yogis, if you're going forward, bring it back and back. Beautiful. Quick, quick. Get those shoulder workouts. You got it. You're done in 8, 7. Faster, faster. And 6. This is so good. 5. You're done in 4. You're done in 3. Grab water towel off. In 2, and 1. Slow it down. Shake out your arms. Warming up our shoulders for that active recovery coming up. Yogis, grab water, towel off, catch your breath. All right, this is our active recovery, potentially in studio with that thin band. If you want to use a light set of weights, you can. You do not need to. Wherever you're at, meet me in a chest press. So stacking those wrists on top of your elbows, chest press, you'll lift and lower. It's lift and lower, and you'll exhale as you lift. Again, those options one at a time are totally valid. Yogis, using separate set of weights is much harder than using a bar because your stronger hand will compensate. Two separate set of weights challenges your balance. You got this? Just here for 4. You're here for 3. Hold it low. In 2, you'll bring your elbows together. In 1, bring it low. You'll bring it in and open. Yogis, work on keeping your elbows shoulder height. Bringing those forearms together, exhaling as you close. Just 4. Just 3. You'll hold it in. In 2, you'll punch it up. In 1, hold it in and punch it up and up. Slow and controlled. You should be feeling this in your shoulders. Make 11s with your forearms. Just here for 4. You're here for 3. Upright row. In 2. And 1 upright row, palms face in. It's lift and lower, lift and lower, and you exhale as you lift. So obviously we may be using no weights or a light set of weights. It's not the same as being in a rowing machine, but it's the same form. You're engaging your core to help lift. You're just narrowly swiping the front of your body, bringing your weights or your hands towards your shoulders. Just here for 4 and 3, lateral lifts. In 2, alternate them. In 1, lateral lift, lift and lower. You'll lift and lower. Yogis, option 1 arm at a time. You can bring your weights towards shoulder height. Alternate the direction. Work on controlling the weights, especially as you lower. Beautiful, use your breath. We're almost done. Just 8 and 7. You're here for 6 and 5. In 4, 3, reverse flies. In 2, and 1. So meet me here with a little bend in your elbows. Yogis, this is for your back. Hinge slightly forward from your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. This is your wingspan. Open and close. Exhale as you open. That's the exertion. 8. Just 7. In 6. And 5, wide rows. In 4, stay in your form. In 2, wide rows. I think I miscounted. And 1, wide rows. You're here for 8. Yes, you can. 7, 6, pull it back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. You're done in 4 and 3. Shake it out. In 2 and 1. You're done, yogis. Shake it out. Get some blood flow in your shoulders. We are not using our weights for the rest of class, so you can get them out of your way. We are working on a glute series, so we are on our mats for the rest of class. Meet me in a bridge glute. So heels are just out of reach of your hands. Parallel those legs together. Press those heels into your hips. Hip lifts. Here we go. You lift and lower, lift and lower, and you'll exhale as you lift. Yogi, squeeze your glutes at the top. For added intensity, never let your glutes touch the mat. Keep your chin off your chest. Press into your heels to lift those glutes up. For 4, for 3, pulse it up. In 2, and 1, little pulses up. Squeeze your glutes. Maybe alternate sides. Beautiful. Yes, you got it. Your glutes are the biggest muscle in your body. They can do this. You're here for 4. In 3, you'll switch sides on your hip lift. In 2, almost like you're salsa dancing. In 1, swing side to side. So it's left and right, left and right. Hopefully you can see this. Hopefully you got the idea. You're smart. You got it. Just here for 4. You're here for 3, yogis. Bring your knees in. 2, widen your stance. In one, knees together, widen stance. It's still that hip lift. You should feel this more in your lower part of your glutes. Exhale as you lift, hips together. Play around with how your broken bridge stance looks. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Just 4. Just 3, you'll open your knees. In 2, you'll bring your heels together. In 1, so it's the opposite way it looks. Feet together, knees are wide. Keep your hips lifted, your glutes lifted. You'll feel this more on your upper glutes, your outer thighs. Recommit to engaging your core to protect your back. Press into your shoulders to help lift your hips. Y'all got it. Just here for 4. You're here for 3. Come back to the center in singles in 2. And 1. Knees parallel. It's that lift and lower. That lift and lower. Yogis, work on bringing your hips to make a slant all the way to your knee. Just for 4. In 3, you'll pulse it up. In 2, it's the last thing you have. And 1, keep it lifted, pulse, and squeeze. And squeeze. Get your hips a little higher. Give me ½ inch. Make it small. Make it controlled. Squeeze your glutes. Press into your heels. For 4. For 3. Lower it down. In 2. And 1. Beautiful job. Lower down 1 vertebra at a time. If you want to windshield wiper your knees, or maybe sway your low back from side to side. We have one more workout, and it is core, but it isn't a plank series. I like to do it at the end because I feel like our shoulders are warmed up, even though we are more tired. It's just a 2-minute series. We're doing hip dips on each side for 30 seconds, and in between, we'll do a 30-second hold. So option for hip dips, if you'd like to be on your palms. I don't know if I've quite seen that, but I like to be on my forearms here. Knee can come down, hand can come to your side or support you in front. It's a lower and lift, or you can lower for 2 and lift for 2. The most important part, stack that shoulder on top of that elbow, right? So be kind to your shoulder. Press your hips towards the ceiling. You'll exhale as you lift. You're here for 8, 7, 6, just 5, in 4, 3, find your forearm plank in 2, and 1, so yogis, forearm plank to the center. If you are on your toes, hug up on your kneecaps. Press your heels to the back of the room. Stack those shoulders over those elbows and engage your core. No swooping low. That'll hurt your low back. No piking. Zip those ribs together. Belly button towards your spine. You got it. You're here for 8, just 7, and 6, and 5. Other side in 4. Hip dips. 3, in 2, and 1. Yogi, set it up strong. Maybe your forearms, maybe your bottom knee comes down. Stack your joints, hip dips. It's lift, lower, or you lift for 2 and lower for 2. You can customize this. Give this side equal energy and attention. Remember to breathe. For 8, 7, 6, just 5. You're there for 4, 3, last plank hold in 2, forearm plank. In 1, meet me here. Yogis, knees or toes are fine, but recommit to that integrity. Zip those ribs together. Knit your abdomen, almost like that core set pulling you strong. Protect your back. This is a core workout. Remember to breathe. No holding your breath. You're almost done. Beautiful, you got this. You're done in 8. You're done in 7. It's done in 6. Yes, you can. Just 5. Get it Monday. For 4, 3, lower down in 2, and 1, lower down. Yogis, if you want to press back into a child's pose or take any other physical fidgets or stretches that might feel good here, give yourself permission to do so. Grab water, towel off, and whenever you're ready. This is some of the stretching that we worked so hard for. Swing your legs around to either side. Get them out long in front of you. Yogis, your knees can be bent any amount. We'll take a seated forward fold here for that low back. So on an inhale, find length in your spine. Then with your exhale, hinge forward. Create length still in your spine. And once you find your edge, then let that head drop. Yogis, with your next inhale, slowly rise on up back to center, and then lower all the way down onto your back, one vertebra at a time. We'll take a supine figure four, supine half pigeon, cross an ankle over a knee. If it feels good to interlace behind that thigh or shin, you can bring that leg in towards your chest any amount. This is a great alternative if traditional half pigeon just doesn't feel good for you. Yogis, whenever you're ready, slowly release that leg down. Keep that one leg crossed over and slowly rock it across your body for an easy spinal twist here. Option to extend that opposite arm to feel a little shoulder stretch as well. Yogis, whenever you're ready, you can guide yourself back to center. Square your back on the mat and then swap out your legs, other ankle over other knee. Maybe it feels good on this side to bring that towards your chest, maybe not. Really just be in tune with what your body needs or can do. And start to return to that natural breath. And yogis, whenever you're ready, if you'd like, you can release that leg you are holding on to down to the mat. Keep that ankle crossed and then cross it across your abdomen over the other side of your body for that easy spinal twist. Just letting gravity do the work here. And then yogis, slowly guide yourself with control back to center. If you'd like to take a happy baby here, any last little stretch that might feel good, maybe find some movement before the stillness sets in. And whenever you're ready, maybe bring both knees in towards your chest if that feels good. Wrap around your shins, give yourself a big hug. Thank your body, thank your body. Take a full inhale here. And with your exhale, final Shavasana release. Take up as much space as you would like, yogis. You deserve the space that you take up here. You worked so hard for this time, these 2 minutes here of mindful stillness. Let your body feel heavy. Let your jaw relax and the ground support you from underneath. We'll be here for a little under 2 minutes and I'll guide us out when it's time. Yogis, you can stay here as long as you'd like. If you'd like to continue with the rest of your Monday, invite some slow, intentional movement into your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes or rock your chin from side to side. Yogis, we can't create meaningful, sustainable habits if we are mean to ourselves and mean to our body. Self-care is about caring enough about yourself to make these decisions that benefit you. Work on creating habits out of self-love. I love myself enough to work out. I deserve to feel strong and happy. This is something that we have to reframe the way in which we think about it. It's a celebration of what our body can do. Our body is so amazing without us almost having to do anything the majority of the time. Know that this self-care isn't about me first, it just means me too. Yogis, whenever you're ready, take a nice long body stretch with an inhale and fill up with air. With your exhale, Fetalasana, fetal position on either side of your body. You can use your bicep as a pillow. This posture is symbolic of rebirth, but it's also the transitionary period for our next practice off of our mat. We can practice all these wonderful, great self-love yogi things on our mat, but if we don't bring it off our mat, it really doesn't do it justice of our practice and that healthy lifestyle we work towards. Yogis, whenever you're ready, slowly push on up to that seated position. Maybe keep your eyes closed or soften. You can cross your legs or find a comfortable posture and call to mind what brought you to your mat today. It is Monday. Unpopular opinion, I really like Mondays. I feel like they're very hopeful. So thank you so much for joining me in this class today. And if you'd like to join me in bringing your hands to heart center and your thumbs to your hearts to symbolize kindness in our actions, thumbs to lips for kindness in our words, and bring your thumbs to third eye center, the space between our eyebrows, for kindness in our thoughts, most especially towards ourselves, and especially now. Bowing forward in our practice, we seal in our practice, namaste.